last week on Westwood Park.
What the hell are you doing here? Don't you know my husband is dead?
And you could join him too, if you don't pay me money.
It's not all you can think about at a time like this.
I find it's a good time. Because if your husband just dead, that means it have insurance money to collect. And we could get paid. You forget what you tell me the last time. That we'll get me money on Tuesday. A whole week passed since. And I ain't hear from you yet, Miss Ducey.
All right. But at least give me some time to mourn.
Mourn? My bank account mourning right now. And the children have a lot to mourn for. If you don't pay me money.
Can you be too hard on
No,
yourself?
I'm not. Just look at what goes on outside there. False tears, gossip, fashion matches, business transactions. I've been a part of this all my life. It just makes me so sick, Anton. Anton, where's Daddy when I need him?
Look, I wish there was something I could say to make you feel all better. But you have to be strong for yourself. Look, if you need me, I'm right here.
Anton,
Kenya.
Brian,
So Jason, what's the surprise? Boy? Surprise with a capital S. Sarah's a son. She hasn't spelled it out yet, but I think he might be mine. Sarah has a son?
Mark, I need your help.
Sure, anything. What is it?
Mike had a very long and complicated story short. Sandra's being held for the attempted murder of Herbert Gilmore.
What? How is that possible?
We don't have time to get into that. But Sandra needs your help now.
She's in prison now and the police said she's admitted to the crime.
But why did she do that? Look, what does she have to do with Herbert? Was there a lawyer with her?
No. Look, as I said, Mark, it's a long story. One that you should ask your mother about, actually. Look, the pressing issue here is Sandra.
And I think the police forced an admission out of her.
She's in big trouble. Can you help her at all?
Of course, Sandra. I'll do anything for Sandra. She's like family to us. Look, I think the sooner I get to Sandra, the sooner I could get to the bottom of this.
You're not gonna like what you find out, Mark.
Good morning.
What's so good about it? Where you think you're going?
Well, tell me where I could settle myself then.
Hey, lady, this is not a place to settle yourself. You better find somewhere to watch your back.
Look, I don't want no trouble, okay?
So you're reaching here then?
Oh, Crystal, is that the woman, a man? Lady don't mind she. She like a dog. She like the mark she spot.
Who you calling dog?
Why you so ignorant? I didn't call you no dog, okay? Look, the place small. And none of we can walk out of here. So just cool yourself. Okay? Lady, you could take this cot here.
Thanks.
So what's your name, lady?
Sandra Webb.
Sandra, what's you in for?
Attempted murder.
And what else, Paul?
They
had a service for Jonathan Dusoleil today.
Really? They found the body?
Well, they didn't actually bury him today. They couldn't find him or the plane for that matter. It's very suspicious.
I was really sad to hear that, you know. At least Ava gets to spend all that Charisma Paint's money like she always wanted to.
I've been hearing some rumblings at the Prime Minister's office that they may be planning to remove you if your present condition persists.
Is that so? So maybe I should remind the Prime Minister that we are still in the 90s. And if he feels that I am going to allow him to dismiss me just because I am temporarily handicapped, I'll sue his ass so fast for discrimination that he wouldn't even know when he loses the next election.
Calm down, Mr. Gunn Monroe. It's not like if you really need this job anyway. Besides,
Look,
this may be just the opportunity you need to launch your own political plans. Think about it.
look. I just want to know who tried to kill me.
The police haven't found anything yet, sir.
Why am I not surprised? Look, as soon as you hear anything, you let me know right away, understand?
Okay.
Look, I'm a bit tired now. I think you better leave.
Yeah?
Helena, Dax chased downstairs. He said he want to talk to you. You want to talk to him? I could tell him you're resting, you know, and to come back later.
No, Vashti, that's okay. Ask him up.
What do you mean? Tell him to come up inside of here?
Yes, Vashti. Don't worry, it's fine. Go ahead.
Well, all right then.
Come in, Dax. Hi. Good to see you. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. So, how have you been doing?
Okay, I guess. Just trying to take things one day at a time. It hasn't been easy, you know. Everything seems to be happening all at once.
So it seems, huh?
Well, at least Daddy's coming home tomorrow. Well, thankfully Vashti's here, though, because I don't know what I would do with him by myself.
So where is your mom?
Well, true to form, she buckled under the pressure and left us.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know, Dax, despite that, she's my only blood relative. I mean, you know that Daddy's not my real father. But if he decides he doesn't want me anymore, I mean, he could say that. What on earth would I do?
Helena, don't worry, look. You have a lot of people around you who really care for you. And has your father even said that he doesn't recognize you as his daughter? Precisely. So why worry about something that hasn't happened and probably never will?
Not as yet.
Come on, Helena. Look, you have to be more positive than that.
Well, have you had any news yet about Daddy's case?
As a matter of fact, they arrested the Dusoleil's housekeeper, Sandra Webb.
But why would Sandra want to kill my father?
Politician is something else. What do you feel it is at all? That when people vote them in, you just have to give up your rights to them or what? They feel like advantage you any time. Your right, yes, girl, is to stand up to them. Don't take it lying down.
Look who talking. You let the man beat you stupid till he couldn't see straight and where it get you. Huh? Why didn't leave him? Him is stand up for your rights. Why didn't leave him before he drive you crazy and you had to kill him, huh?
Leave him and go away. Out on the streets like you? For more man to abuse me? At least I know I'd have one less man out there abusing woman.
I suppose you're right. Either way, look where we end up. Lord, Father, when he's 15 years old, shepherd, I used to hang around the hospital after I filmed my common entrance. I figure if I hang around the hospital, I'd learn a little nursing or something now.
I fairly lumbless too, but I feel you more stupid than me, yes?
Oh gosh, hush now, let me tell my story. Around the hospital, it had this nuts vendor named Kerwin.
Kerwin? What kind of dotish name is that?
Anyway, Kerwin was older than me. He used to make real money selling nuts at $200 a week, and I find he didn't know so much. So I figure, you know, if I hang around Kerwin, lying with him, I'd learn something.
How much a nuts vendor could know, eh?
More than a fisherman.
Hey, look, hey.
You behave yourself now. What happened to you? You were the guys that come and rough you up or what? What you saw?
Continue your
Like
story.
you getting your daily dose of young and restless.
Anyway, Kerwin is the first man to tell me I'm sexy. He used to make me feel real good, you know. And at that time, all my friends and them was having babies. And you know you're rich when you have a child for a man, you know. So I really wanted to give Kerwin a baby. Just so I could leave my mother house and she million children. So I could have a family of my own. So Kerwin and me, we had a baby. And that is when everything changed.
Surprise, surprise. Don't tell me. At first he was real happy about the child, and then he started to get big and fat, and he gets scared. And by the time it's time to buy Pampers and milk, he nowhere wrong. You see? Well, them men no good, but as we woman, we damn dotish. You couldn't look at your mother and see yourself. You see she happy with one set of children and no father, eh? Why you think it would be different for you?
Well, I didn't think Kerwin would be like that. Anyway, Sandra Gill, I trying my best to educate my children, eh? The big boy, Kerwin Jr., he in junior sec now, third form. He doing good. He like cars. He want to be a mechanic. But it's the girl I'm worried about. She'll learn nothing from my mistakes. She like man too bad and she's only 14, you know.
You must ask the Lord for help. Look how he helped me find my child. And she's a good girl. With a good future. You know, if you ask the Lord for help, he won't turn his back on you.
The Lord don't have no time for we. Woman is second-class citizens in this country. Eh? It's real hard for we out there, you know. Especially when you don't have no man to mind you.
But from what you said just now, having a man to mind you didn't guarantee you no good life. Look who you end up.
Yes, pretty girl. But where is your God now? Eh?
Dax, I don't understand. What does Sandra have to do with Daddy's case?
Well, it appears as though Sandra just found out that Maya is her daughter.
What? But Mark never mentioned a thing.
Mark, I don't think he would know about this yet, you know.
Oh? So then how come you're privy to all this information?
When the police came for Sandra, Maya called me and told me everything. And since then, I've been trying to be there for her. But you know, like Maya, I don't think Sandra did this. I mean, a letter bomb. This is certainly not something someone like Sandra would come up with. What I think is that it came from the hands of someone far more sophisticated.
That much seems obvious, Dax, but who?
I don't have a clue. But Maya and I have been working day and night to try and find some answers. And Maya, she's just been so worried since her mom went to prison.
Day and night, huh? Is that all you've been doing with your nights?
Helena, I think I'm in love. With Maya. I mean, I know she's going through a very difficult time now, so we just decide to take things a bit slow. And yes, to answer your question, that is what we've been doing with our nights.
No. Well, I'm happy that you found love, Dax. Now back to the original question. What does Sandra Webb have to do with my father? What's the connection?
Well, it seems obvious to me, Paul, that Sandra didn't come up with that letter bomb. So the question remains, who did? I can't believe the police are so inefficient that Sandra's all they could come up with. Even Ava would have been a more likely suspect.
Well, actually, sir, the police are almost sure that Sandra didn't do it. Although she did confess to wanting to kill you.
What are you saying?
To be blunt, sir, they are using Sandra as a scapegoat.
Why do they need a scapegoat?
The lab results show that the chemicals from the envelope match the chemical from the device found at the Baroness's ball.
That was a harmless device. This one wasn't.
Yes, but the DNA tests show that the same person was responsible for both.
So if they know who did it, why is Sandra in jail?
Because Internal Affairs doesn't feel that a headline reading "Minister Wanted Dead" by Sun would go down too well with the voters, especially with elections coming around the corner.
Richard?
Well, Mom, we'd love some answers. Yeah, Mom. The reason we call this meeting is to talk about what direction this family's headed in.
Something to drink, anyone?
Could I have some juice, please?
Well, Mom, what's going on? How come Dad left in such a hurry? How come Sandra's in jail and Maya's moved out?
Go easy, okay?
Sandra's in jail? For what?
I didn't know Sandra was in jail. Why is Sandra...
Mom, I think it's time we got some answers.
All I have now is my faith. It's my faith in the Lord that gives me the strength and the courage to overcome these tests in life. All that we experience is just the Lord testing our faith and our will to live, you know. And the Lord will give you no more than you can handle.
I don't understand people like you now. You're in the worst place in the world and you still talking about faith in the Lord? You're sounding like that fraud, Pastor Titus.
How you can call the man a fraud? That's blasphemous. He's a man of the Lord.
Yeah, well, man of the Lord should not press their hair and talk with a Yankee accent when it suits them. All I know is that he and he, Lord, can't save me.
There's only one God, and he's for everybody.
You know what? You should meet Pastor Titus. Yeah, he comes and he gives us support. He's nice and he speaks to us as if we are people.
He's just a crook making a living off of poor people like all you.
Hey, 65-70. You wouldn't want to see him.
Hey, how come she getting them kind of privileges then, eh?
You know what is ironic about this whole situation? I tried to hide everything from your father. I hid my gambling. I hid my true identity because I didn't want to lose him. And look at what happened. He left anyway. I have never seen him so angry. And I know I will never forgive myself.
I feel sorry for yourself, Mother, because I know I never will.
Can you please?
I'll never forgive you.
Kenya, would you try and understand? I loved your father and I didn't want to hurt him.
She'll get over this, Mom. We all will, eventually. What's done is done, and there's no use in you beating up on yourself. What we have to do now is fix this mess.
Before we all become submerged in self-pity, Sandra's rotting in jail. We owe it to her to get her out.
Yes, that's true.
Any guesses as to why she would want to kill Hubert Gunn Monroe?
For starters, he raped her 23 years ago and tried to rape her daughter 22 years later. Wouldn't you want to kill him as well?
Sandra, the biggest mistake I see you make so far is talking to the police without a lawyer. and compounding the mistake by admitting you wanted the minister dead. Luckily for you, your lawyer has finally contacted us, and right now he's familiarizing himself with your case. You'll be able to meet with him by tomorrow.
My lawyer?
Yes, Mark du Soleil. He has come forward to represent you.
I know my Mark would have come true for me.
Well, I hope so. Because your case got a little more complicated, eh? Apparently, the police have found evidence against you in your belongings. And that you also had an accomplice who was recognized at the scene of the crime with you?
No, nobody was with me. I went alone to see Mr. Gun Monroe. But I don't know nothing about no bomb. I mean, what I know about making a bomb?
Well, the police are looking for Amaya Berry to assist them with the investigation.
No. Maya had nothing to do with this.
Sandra, you don't have to tell me anything.
What? Tell them I do it. Don't let them bother Maya. She don't know nothing about this. What? Maya do?
There's some kind of bubble going on here.
What do you mean?
From what you've told me, and from these depositions, something's missing. Okay. So under pressure, Sandra probably said something she shouldn't have. But there isn't anything here which indicates that she could possibly have concocted this type of device. Is there something you're not telling me?
Well, this fact just came in from the ministry. The evidence is there, Mark. They found the chemicals in the things.
If they found the directions of how to make a blasted chemical bomb, then I would say that this evidence was part of Sandra's possessions. But please, do you really expect me to believe that Sandra the maid knows how to make a chemical bomb, goes out and buys the industrial strength chemicals and is careless enough to keep it? And does that sound like the mind of someone who would make a chemical bomb? But I guess it makes sense to arrest Sandra.
Well, Counselor, you will have a chance to prove the case in court.
Something's not adding up here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, boy. Something real strange going on here.
Vashti! Vashti!
Yes, Mr. Herbert.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Mr. Herbert, you could use the bedpan for that.
I don't want to use the bedpan. That's for invalids.
Mr. Herbert, how much time you have to fall down before you realize you cannot walk? Come, I'll go help you.
Just bring me some tea. I said bring me some tea.
Vashti, go ahead.
Don't worry about it, Mr. Herbert.
Come, let me help you. You okay? I know. It's really good to have you back at home, though.
How are you?
I need to talk to you, Dad. Look, I know you're not my real father and all of that, but I've been thinking that it really doesn't have to change anything. I mean, I still love you. You're the only father I have, and you've been very good to me. A much better parent than my own mother has ever been. She left me a letter, you know. She didn't even have the common courtesy to tell me who my biological father is. Not that it matters, I mean, I don't care. If he was interested, he would have found me a long time ago.
Ellen, are you sure you don't want to know who your real father is?
Why? Do you want me to meet him?
I didn't say that I want you to meet him. I just thought you might be curious.
For what? He doesn't have anything to do with who I am.
Of course not.
You're the only real family I have, Daddy.
You'll always be my daughter.
You're one and only.
But where is your God now?
He used to make me feel real good. And in those days, all my friends was having babies. And Shaman. Hey, cool it down, what you only got? Sandra, the biggest mistake I see you make so far is talking to the lawyer without a police.